Hello and welcome to the viewers of this video. This is the Orange Fan here, bringing you another entry for the episode Recap and Thoughts category. This video will be dedicated to the FUNimation dub of episode 91 of Dragonball Super. We begin this episode at the Omni-King castle, where we see present Zeno and future Zeno playing rock, paper, scissors. Their version of the game involves using hammers and helmets, but they find themselves to be bored, so they summon the Grand Minister and request that he tell them something interesting. The Grand Minister creates a hollow screen, much like the ones used by his children. However, unlike his children, the Grand Minister does not use a staff to create his hollow screen. But in any case, the Grand Minister sets the hollow screen for Earth of Universe 7, and he tells the Omni-Kings that Goku has succeeded in filling out the 7th Universe team roster for the Tournament of Power. And the Omni-Kings are quite pleased with this news. At Capsule Corporation, we see Goku, Gohan, Piccolo, Tien, Shin, Old Kai, Beerus, and Whis have all gathered together, and Universe 7's divine beings all congratulate Goku for filling up the roster for their universe's team. Goku inquires about where Vegeta is, and Gohan answers that Vegeta has gone to Kami's lookout for some last-minute training in the hyperbolic time chamber. At Kami's lookout, Mr. Popo warns Vegeta that Vegeta will be banned from the hyperbolic time chamber if he destroys it like he did back in the Zamasu saga. Vegeta simply scoffs before he enters the hyperbolic time chamber, and Mr. Popo admits that he gets the feeling that the Saiyan Prince will not heed his warnings. Back at Capsule Corporation, Goku tries to figure out how he should train with the time that's left before the Tournament of Power begins, and Old Kai offers to perform the same ritual he performed back in the Buu saga on Gohan. Yes, the ritual where Old Kai unlocked all of Gohan's hidden powers, essentially the ritual that allowed Gohan to achieve his ultimate form, aka his mystic form. So Old Kai offers to perform that same ritual on Goku. Shin points out that unfortunately they don't have enough time to complete the ritual before the Tournament of Power begins, because the ritual will take a total of 25 hours. So Goku requests if Whis will help give some last-minute training. Goku requests if Whis will help with some last-minute training with the time that's left, and Whis agrees to do so, and Goku is thankful for Whis' help. So back at the Omni-King castle, the Omni-Kings are still pleased with the progress. Yes, the Omni-Kings continue to show their delight at Goku's progress while they watch from the hollow screen, and they're so excited that they want to start the Tournament of Power right this second. But the Grand Minister advises that they stick with the schedule that they agreed upon earlier, because some of the other participating universes still need to finish their preparations before the Tournament of Power begins. So the Grand Minister sets his hollow screen to another universe. In Universe 9, we see that universe's Supreme Kai using his crystal ball to watch something that's going on. The event that the Universe 9 Supreme Kai is watching is happening in a city on one of the planets in Universe 9. There's a riot going on in this city, and this riot is because some of the civilians of the city found out about how the participating universes that lose the Tournament of Power will be erased from existence. These civilians found that out when the Trio of Danger were looking for new members to recruit for the 9th Universe team for the tournament. The Trio of Danger admit this to Universe 9's Destroyer and Universe 9's Angel Assistant, who we get to hear talk in this episode. Universe 9's Angel Assistant is voiced by Howard Wayne. The Trio of Danger also admit that so far the Trio of Danger, are still the only members of the Universe 9 team. So, Universe 9's Destroyer performs the Hakai technique on the revolting city, and he decides that they need to continue the recruitment process at a different planet. From the Omni-King castle, looking through the hollow screen, the Grand Minister expresses disappointment over the revolt in the city, and the Omni-Kings begin to speculate on who will win the Tournament of Power. The Omni-Kings seem to think that Universe 7 will claim victory because that's the universe Goku is from, but they also admit that Universe 6 has its share of powerful fighters, and the Grand Minister does acknowledge how Universe 6 and Universe 7 are twin universes, so he changes the hollow screen to Universe 6. On one of the planets in Universe 6, we head to a city where it's currently raining. In one of the alleys of this city, we see Frost wearing a cloak. He's been in hiding ever since his true colors have been exposed. Eventually, Hit arrives in this alley, and Frost figures that Hit is here to eliminate him, so Frost pretends to surrender so he can try and sneak attack Hit using his poison needles. Hit is able to avoid these sneak attacks, but he does compliment Frost for sharpening his skills ever since Frost went out on the run. Hit clarifies for Frost that he's here because he was sent by Champa. Yes, Champa recruited Hit to join the Universe 6 team for the Tournament of Power, and he also sent Hit to find and recruit Frost for the Universe 6 team. Hit tells Frost that Champa figured that Frost's survival instincts would be useful for the Tournament of Power, and he also threatens, Hit also threatens to eliminate Frost right here and now if he refuses the offer. Frost quickly clarifies that he's not going to refuse the offer. Quite the contrary, Frost is more than happy to accept the offer to join the Universe 6 team. Frost sees this to be his chance to reclaim his honor. Hit also makes a point to tell Frost that Frost will not be allowed to use his poison needles because weapons are forbidden from the Tournament of Power, and the penalty for cheating is quite dire. Frost takes heed to Hit's warnings, and then he follows Hit. So we head back to Universe 7, and we see Yamcha is in bed watching some TV while he's waiting for an invitation to join the 7th Universe team. He's growing bored and impatient. Puar is keeping Yamcha company, and Puar tries to assure Yamcha that his invitation will probably come in good time. Eventually, Master Roshi and Ulan arrive to talk to Yamcha and Puar. Roshi admits that he has come to request help from Puar. Roshi wants Puar to take on the form of a human female to help him, Roshi, overcome his perverted tendencies. Ulan refused to help because he still remembers a time when he took on Bulma's form during the classic Dragon Ball series. Yamcha and Puar begrudgingly agree to Roshi's request, and Yamcha inquires Ulan if he, Yamcha, will receive an invitation to join the 7th Universe team soon. Ulan only gives Yamcha half-hearted, insincere assurance in response. At Capsule Corporation, we see that Goku and Whis are having their sparring match in the training room. So next up, we head to Universe 11, and we're in a fancy restaurant. I believe it's the same fancy restaurant from a few episodes ago. But yes, in this fancy restaurant, we see Top and Dispo are sitting in the fancy restaurant. They're also wearing fancy suits, and they're waiting for Casserale to arrive. Top uses his communicator to contact Casserale, and we find out that Casserale is in the middle of trying to rescue a cat, or an alien cat at least, from a building that's has very faulty wiring, to say the least. Casserale assures Top and Dispo that he'll arrive once he finishes this emergency, but Dispo starts to talk into the communicator and points out that their universe's very existence is on the line. But Casserale responds by saying something along the lines about how he can't save the universe if he can't save a life that's in front of him right this second. So Casserale turns off his communicator and tries to concentrate on rescuing this alien cat. At the Omni-King castle, the Grand Minister tells the Omni-Kings about how the Universe 11 team will feature the Pride Troopers, or will consist of the Pride Troopers. And the Grand Minister also tells the Omni-Kings that the Pride Troopers are not just powerful, but they also have a strong sense of justice. And the Omni-Kings consider Universe 11, they consider the possibility of Universe 11 winning the Tournament of Power. The Grand Minister also brings up Universe 11's twin universe, Universe 2, so he changes the hollow screen to Universe 2. On a planet in Universe 2, we head to a city that some fans may say resembles Las Vegas, and we see someone who resembles a human female with green hair. She's walking towards a building where they are essentially holding auditions for who will join the Universe 2 team for the Tournament of Power. There's also a line for this building, a line for individuals who are planning to audition to join the team. And two of these individuals start to mock the green-haired woman. They make comments about how the green-haired woman probably thought this was a pop idol audition rather than an audition for a martial arts tournament. The green-haired woman, voiced by Veronica Taylor, who is best known for providing the voice of Ash Ketchum, Delia Ketchum, and May from the Pokemon anime, the 4Kids dub of the Pokemon anime to be more specific, and she's also the voice of Sailor Pluto in the Viz Media dub of Sailor Moon, the Sailor Moon franchise. But yes, so the green-haired woman inquires if these two individuals are talking to her. And then she reveals her name is Brienne de Chateau, and Brienne says that she's much stronger than these two individuals, and she begins a transformation sequence that resembles the Sailor Moon transformation sequences. After the transformation sequence finishes, Brienne takes on the form of a blue-skinned individual that I've seen some fans describe as reminding them of the Teletubbies. But yes, in this new form, Brienne calls herself Ribrianne, and Ribrianne, and then Ribrianne attacks the two individuals using the Pretty Cannon attack. The Omni-Kings are impressed by Ribrianne's display of power after they saw it on the hollow screen, and the Grand Minister also brings up that Universe 10 has completed their roster for their team for the Tournament of Power 2. So he changes the hollow screen to Universe 10. At Goasu's temple on the planet of the Kais in Universe 10, we see Universe 10's angel assistant is leading the Universe 10 team in a dance video that's being recorded by Goasu. Goasu intends to post the video on GodTube with the hopes of raising morale for Universe 10. The Omni-Kings are enjoying the dance video and they start to do their own dance, but the Grand Minister notices that a problem is starting in Universe 7 and he changes the hollow screen to Universe 7. The Omni-Kings are worried. They're worried that this problem might affect Goku in some way. So at Capsule Corporation, Bulma receives a call from Hercule who wishes to relay a message to Goku and the others who are aware of the Tournament of Power. So Bulma goes to tell Goku and the others about Hercule's message. According to Hercule, Boo won't be able to participate in the Tournament of Power because he's fallen asleep, and Boo won't wake up until 2 months have passed. Goku thinks he needs to head off and try to wake up Boo quickly. Beerus wants to come with Goku because Beerus is still angry about how Boo fell asleep during the written exam for the Tournament of Destroyers during the Champa Saga. Beerus is also still holding a grudge against Boo for the pudding incident from the Beerus Saga, but Beerus notices that Goku left while Beerus, was in the middle of his rant. In the Null Realm, the Tournament of Power arena is still being constructed, and we see Goku flying off to Hercule's place, hoping to try and wake Boo up before the tournament begins. And that is how we end this episode. So this episode could be described along the lines of a calm before the storm sort of episode. And yes, the thing I liked about this episode was the lore and the world building, or I should say multiverse building in this context, because this episode got to show us, this episode provided us with some insight on some of the other universes, most of the participating universes for the Tournament of Power. Universe 4 was the only participating universe that we didn't get a look. Universe 4 was the only participating universe that we didn't get to receive a look at during this episode. But we did get to see a bit of the other participating universes, and I did appreciate getting some insight on the societies or planets or inhabitants of some of these other universes. That was definitely a good thing from my part, or to me, if you wanted my 2 cents on it. And we also got to meet a new character, a character from Universe 2, Brienne de Chateau, or Ribrianne, which is her name in her transformed state. Now, yes, Brienne de Chateau, aka Ribrianne, is a reference to Sailor Moon, or the Sailor Moon franchise. And like I mentioned earlier, Veronica Taylor voices the character in the Funimation dub. Veronica Taylor provides the voice of Sailor Pluto in the Viz Media dub of the Sailor Moon franchise. Although most viewers are more likely to remember her for playing Ash Ketchum, Delia Ketchum, and May in the 4Kids dub for the Pokemon anime. The Pokemon anime was the first time I ever heard Veronica Taylor's performance. And yes, I do think Veronica Taylor is a talented voice artist, so I definitely didn't expect Veronica Taylor to join the cast for the Dragon Ball franchise, but it was definitely a pleasant surprise to me. And yes, for the character of Brienne de Chateau, aka Ribrianne, she's apparently she's a character that a lot of fans seem to be mixed on. Or at the very least, there do seem to be, if not a lot of fans, maybe a vocal minority. I've seen some fans have quite a bit of hatred for Ribrianne. Now, again, I don't know if it really is a lot of fans or if it's just a vocal minority that don't like Ribrianne, but I have seen some fans express that they do like Ribrianne, the character. So myself, I'm going to see more of the character. I think it's best to hold off and have a better understanding of the character before coming to a decision. And from what I heard so far, I do enjoy Veronica Taylor's performance in the role of Brienne de Chateau, aka Ribrianne. So I'm definitely going to keep. I'm going to keep an open mind about it. See how the character acts in future episodes. Yes, and I don't want to give too much away for the sake of the dub-only viewers, but we will have chances to see more of Ribrianne, aka Brienne de Chateau, in the future. So we will be seeing more of her. So we'll be able to. Some fans, the dub-only viewers, will have a chance to have a better understanding of the character in time. And while I'm thinking about it, I guess I might as well mention this. There was a detail in a recent interview that mentioned that Akira Toriyama had originally only designed Ribrianne. Brienne de Chateau, the Brienne de Chateau form of the character was actually an addition from Toei Animation for the anime. So Rianne was not part of the saga summary that Akira Toriyama provided, or one of the initial designs that Akira Toriyama provided. Brienne de Chateau was an expansion of Rianne's character that Toei Animation provided. So just a little by-the-way detail for some fans that are curious about behind-the-scenes information. Oh, and speaking of behind-the-scenes information, this episode, or at least the Funimation dub of this episode, actually clarified something that some fans have been confused about: Pilars Gender. Yes, for the longest time, some fans have been confused about if Pilars is male or female. I certainly acknowledge I was confused about Pilars Gender for the longest time. I wasn't sure if Pilars was male or female for the longest time. But there was an interview a few years ago where Akira Toriyama did clarify that he can. Yes, he clarified in an interview. Yes, Akira Toriyama clarified in an interview from a few years ago that Pilars is male. And yes, I do think that it's helpful to clarify that for the sake of some confusion. But yes, Pilars is a male for anyone who's curious. And so I did think it was a good call that they did give an explicit answer, just again for the sake of clearing up any possible confusion. I admit I thought Pilars was female when I first saw the character. Yeah, the first time I saw the character, I thought Pilars was female for the longest time. But now we do have clarification. Or yeah, supplementary material did provide clarification that Pilars is male. And this episode, at least the Funimation dub of this episode, does clarify that Pilars is a male for anyone who might not have known beforehand. So other details, yes, the Universe 6 team, we do get to see Hits join the Universe 6 team like he did for the Tournament of Destroyers, and Frost has agreed to join too. And I did expect Frost to, even if we don't take the opening theme song into account, which features Frost. I expected Frost to join anyway because desperate times call for desperate measures, and Frost is powerful even if he is very sneaky and deceitful. But yes, when your universe's existence is on the line, you're going to want all the power you can get. And of course, power's not the only thing, but yes, I can definitely understand why they wanted to recruit Frost. And Frost actually was more than happy to join the Tournament of Power. He thinks this will help restore his honor, so Frost is willing to join even if he has his own ulterior motives for doing so. But otherwise, let's see, for any other possible details, yes, I did like the Universe 10 scene. Yes, I thought the dance video was pretty adorable, or I thought that was adorable that the Universe 10 Angel Assistant was leading the Universe 10 team in the dance video. And Gowasu being a god tuber was, I liked seeing Gowasu be a god tuber too. Gowasu joining GodTube because he talked about how he watched GodTube a lot back in the Zamasu saga. But yes, I did like his intentions, or their intentions. Yes, the Universe 10 Divine Beings and the Universe 10 team's intentions were to help raise morale for Universe 10. And I thought, yeah, that was a pretty nice gesture on their part. Try to help put them at ease over the stakes over this tournament. Now, the other theme, though, is, yes, that ending with the cliffhanger. Boo isn't going to join the Tournament of Power now because he's fallen asleep and he's not going to wake up for 2 months. Goku's hoping he can try to wake Boo up, but if the Tournament of Destroyers is any indication, they're not going to succeed. And yes, I'm not going to lie, I really hated that. I hated it back in the Champa saga. I hated that Boo didn't join the Tournament of Destroyers at the last second, and I don't like it here either. It really grated on my nerves. Having said that, though, I do appreciate that that at least Boo got to join the Zeno Expo. That felt like that was Toei Animation's way of throwing Boo fans a bone. And I might have mentioned this in previous videos, but in case I didn't, or for the sake of refreshing people's memories, the Zeno Expo was different in the manga, or manga if you prefer, compared to the anime. Like we said, in the anime, it was 3 matches between 3 members of Universe 7 and 3 members of Universe 9. Goku, Gohan, and Buu against the Trio of Danger. That was the anime version of the Zeno Expo. In the manga version, the Zeno Expo was actually a battle royale among all 12 destroyers. And I know people do have mixed feelings over whether they like the anime or the manga better. In the case of the Zeno Expo, I felt both had their strengths. I think both were great in different ways. In the case of the manga, I liked how we got to see all 12 of the destroyers in action. I thought that was a pretty cool fight scene, and it helped show different abilities of the 12 destroyers. And I did appreciate how it did give us a little more insight on the characters of the destroyers. So I did like that. On the other hand, though, the anime did give us some insight on some of the fighters from the Tournament of Power, the Trio of Danger from Universe 9. And we did get to see some insight on one of the universes specifically. And like I said, Gohan and Buu got a chance to show off their powers. Gohan will still be in the Tournament of Power, of course, but yeah, Buu actually got to do something during the Zeno Expo. So yes, I'm angry that Buu isn't going to join the Tournament of Power, but I do appreciate that Toei Animation at least gave Buu fans, they threw Buu fans a bone with Buu being part of the Zeno Expo. So yeah, the Zeno Expo, I liked both the manga and the anime version for it. They both had their strengths for me. And yes, so with Buu not being able to join, or Goku's going to try, but yeah, the chances of him succeeding aren't very likely. They have to fill in that 10th spot. And yes, if you've read ahead, or like you read spoilers ahead of time, if you've seen the subbed anime episodes, if you've read the manga, or yeah, if you're aware of any other potential spoilers through other means, then you know who the 10th member will be, with Buu not being able to join. But I won't mention that here. I, of course, will be keeping that quiet for the sake of the dub-only viewers. We'll eventually cross that bridge when we get to it. But it's going to be a while. Yes. There's going to be a 2-week break. So there won't be a new episode next Sunday as of the recording of this video, and the Sunday after that, again, as of the recording of this video. And that's because, yes, Toonami is going to take a break, or 2 breaks, because of the Christmas weekend and the New Year's weekend. So it won't be until later on. It won't be until 2 weeks. Yes, we'll have to have 2 weeks of break. A 2-week break, yes. We'll have a 2-week break before we resume new Funimation dub episodes. So we're going to have to be a little more patient, or the dub viewers will have to be a little more patient. Hang in there. We will get to those new episodes eventually, but it is going to take a little time. So that was definitely quite the cliffhanger to end the Funimation dub episodes for 2018. But yes, there we go. So like I said, for this episode, I did like the lore and multiverse building in this episode, and I liked the framing device, having the Grand Minister use his holo screen to show the Omni-Kings the different universes that are preparing for the Tournament of Power. Well, most of the universes anyway. Like I said, Universe 4, we didn't get to see their preparation process. And yes, that cliffhanger is definitely is a way to end the year's Funimation dub episodes. Like I said, I'm angry that Buu fell asleep again, but I do appreciate that Buu at least got to do something during the anime version of the Zeno Expo. But otherwise, yes, there we go for now. So as of this video, we've now discussed the Funimation dub of episode 91 of Dragon Ball Super, pardon me. So as of this video, we've now discussed the Funimation dub episode, the Funimation dub of episode 91 of Dragon Ball Super on this channel. Take care, and until next time.